Hello everyone, I welcome you for this series of episodes called Happy Parenting and Teaching. In the last episode, we discussed about this presupposition called experience as a structure. We have two basic instincts of pain and pleasure, and how certain negative feelings have to be neutralized. The next presupposition is very interesting. It says, a very simple presupposition, it says, if one student can do something, any student can learn to do it. But here the word learn is very, very important. If one student can do something, any student can learn to do it. Now this is the presupposition number 3, we can take it as. Sometime back I was explaining to you that in a classroom there are 30-40 students. The teacher is the same, what is taught is the same, but how is that there is a difference in the learning quality of from one student to another student? So if one student can do it, any student can learn to do it. In fact, the whole concept of NLP came on what's called duplicating human excellence. Duplicating human excellence. Now, when somebody is excellent in a particular way, in a particular aspect of life, anybody can learn to do it. If you look at some of the products manufactured, they talk about benchmarking. Now, let's say that I want to make a car. I purchase a car and rip it open and understand how it is assembled. I do a reverse engineering and I learn to do how to make a car. So the same thing, if one student can do something, anyone can learn to do it. Now the willingness to learn is very, very important. Again, let me go back to what I discussed. There is always an outcome frame and a process frame. I'm sure you may recall this equation I was talking to you about. If you want a particular outcome, change the process. Have the process. If you want a different outcome, change the process. Way back, some 10 years ago, I remember a student. And this student was my wife's student. And the student scored state first in the 10th board exam. And I think 496 or 97 out of 500. I'm told this record was not broken for many years. And my wife brought this student to my home. That was the time when we had gone through, me and my wife had gone through this NLP education in NLP Comprehensive, Colorado, United States. We were wanting to understand how this student did it and show that model to other students also. So I set a few questions to him, trying to understand what is the formula or what is the program that the child has got in his mind. So I asked the student, supposing you have a mathematics question paper, you have 1-mark question, 3-mark question, 5-mark question, 10-mark questions, which will you attempt first? And the child said very clearly, the student said very clearly, sir, I don't distinguish between 1 mark and 3 marks and 5 marks and 10 marks. If I distinguish between 1 mark and 10 marks, I may get 99% but not 10%. To me it looked very, very appealing. The logic of not distinguishing or not wanting to distinguish between 1-mark question and 3-mark question. I have the next question. His name was Babu. I said, Babu, let's say that's a 3-hour question paper and you have completed it in 2.5 hours. What will you do for the rest half an hour? He said, sir, I used that half an hour for correcting, going through my answers, and he said, I will correct it twice. once with my pencil and again with ink. Then I asked, why twice? He said, so that I remember that I corrected it. Again, that is the process is follows, accuracy. The third question was interesting. I asked him, what will you do if you have completed that also, still you have 15-20 minutes left? He said, sir, I will have any number of half an hour in my life, but that half an hour, that 20 minutes, I'm not going to get again in my life. And so I reserve that, I keep that 20 minutes, use it very well. The third question was quite interesting. I asked him, how do you catch up with the speed? Because many students complain that they don't have time, half an hour, they were short of time and things like that. He showed me something very amazing. He held 2 pens in his hand. One blue pen, the other is a red pen. And he was explaining to me that he trained himself to write in blue pen and underlining with the red pen. Writing with the blue pen, underlining with the red pen. And he demonstrated that to me. I thought that was something very interesting. Now, normally what happens when you write with the blue pen, then you have to place it, then take the red pen, underline the keywords. That was not what he was doing. He was doing something different. Now, he made it very, very clear that time is very, very important. Time and accuracy is very, very important. The last question was very interesting. I said, Babu, will you answer first question, then third question, second question, fourth question, eighth question, seventh question, like that? He said, no, sir, I will answer it the same sequence, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the reason he said, first, he knows all the questions, all the answers for all the questions. That too. The second reason, he said, when the teacher corrects the question paper, answer paper, there has to be a flow. The teacher should not be searching or shifting from first question to third question to second question to fifth question, like that. I asked why. He says, sir, up to 99 mark, I will get it. That 1 mark has to come from the goodwill of the teacher. The teacher should enjoy correcting my answer paper, and so she wants to give me centum. I said, how do you know that? How did you come to this conclusion? And the boy said, my mother is a teacher. I was growing up in the environment of correcting answer papers and things like that. I have seen her, and I have seen my mother really sometimes not feeling so happy when she has to shift between this page and that page. And so I decided that day, I want to give a happy feeling to the person who is correcting it. I thought this is an amazing strategy. I ended up taking this boy to a popular television media. I took him to my school. I got him introduced. I told the children, if Babu can do it, any student can learn to do it. Some of the tools that he said is so simple, they can do it. NLP is about duplicating human excellence. I am sure you like this concept. See you in the next episode.